Arsenal news today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. We got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. First things first, Arsenal, our priorities are to now get a striker, a left winger. It looks like we're also going to try to get another center back, and we'll see what else we have. The main targets are, of course, either Gyokeres or Sesko. We're also linked to Eze as a potential alternative to Rodrygo, and there are some wild cards today. We're going to be speaking about some of those wild cards. Unlikely, but yet still possible. Julian Alvarez? Now, before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. And let's get into some of the craziest Arsenal transfer news in a while. And first things first, we have had a bid for a player rejected. Yes, the bid for the Valencia center back that we're after, Cristhian Mosquera. It is understood that Valencia have rejected Arsenal's opening bid for Cristhian Mosquera. However, discussions are currently ongoing. We're going to have to wait and see what happens there. But it does look like the Cristhian Mosquera bid has officially been rejected. The first bid, that is, has been rejected. And the main reason why reportedly that bid has been rejected is because we valued him at just slightly under the 19 million euros that Valencia are demanding. And maybe it's just because of the opening bid. Maybe it's just because we tried to value him at a lower bid or a lower valuation. But Arsenal behind the scenes are working very hard to get Mosquera in the building. They understand that the player wants to go to Arsenal, and he's seen as Arsenal's perfect option for his career right now. And he'll be coming there to compete with the likes of Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. And from what Fabrizio Romano understands, Mosquera is not scared of this. He wants to be there. And my feeling, and Fabrizio Romano's feeling is that this deal will have to be done for around 20 to 25 million euros for Arsenal to get the deal done. But reportedly, Valencia want around 19 million. Let's see what Arsenal actually bid. Reportedly, the first opening bid has been rejected, but Andre Berta is moving quick and he wants to get this deal sorted as quick as possible. So this is the report right here from there, and that is what Fabrizio Romano has said. So let's wait and see where things go from here. Hopefully things escalate quite quickly and we'll see where things go. But I'm even going to go on to the gentleman who first reported it and just see what he says. 2 hours ago, a new round of talks will commence soon after Valencia rejected Arsenal's opening offer for Cristhian Mosquera, and the reports are that personal terms are not an issue. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens here with Cristhian Mosquera. Personal terms are not an issue. We currently just have to agree a fee with Valencia. So as we wait, we'll wait and see what happens with that. And then next, we got a lot to talk about today. So that is the first thing on our docket. Of course, Cristhian Mosquera bid has been rejected. The Spanish club view him as a future star and don't want to sell him for cheap. Arsenal will return with an improved bid, and as competition potentially could grow, as Liverpool are seeking alternatives for Konate potentially leaving in a year's time. They want to be prepared for that. So you never know if they could come in for him or somebody else could come in for Mosquera. He is a highly touted 20-year-old Spanish center back who's very highly touted. So let's wait and see what happens here. Next, Arsenal hold talks with a certain Eze. Yes, Eze. The Eze talks are very interesting in my opinion, and the reason why I'm very intrigued by the Eze talks is because Arsenal have held talks with Eze and could rival Tottenham to Eze. Now don't forget, Tottenham have been after Eze for a while now, and Arsenal are potentially going to beat Tottenham to the player. Arsenal have held preliminary discussions with Eze. The valuation from Crystal Palace is 60 million plus. To be exact, it's 68 million pounds, and Arsenal could explore a player plus cash deal with Crystal Palace. Even in that case, it could make it very interesting, as Eze is open to the move. Negotiations are still at the early stage, but let's wait and see what happens, as Eze could be could be Arsenal's option in the case that Rodrygo does not join Arsenal. He could be the alternative, as Arsenal have held talks and are currently moving quick to see if we can get Eze. You know something? If we can get Rodrygo and Eze, boy, I would love it. But we have to wait and see what happens, because it does seem like it might be one or the other, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be both as the options on who we're going to sign. But yeah, that's enough on Eze. I think Eze is a baller, and I would absolutely love Eze at Arsenal. Hopefully, we can get Rodrygo, but if we can get the two of them, I would absolutely love it. I just don't know what's going to happen. In the meanwhile, we got to talk about a certain Benjamin Sesko and his price tag. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know what's going on with Benjamin Sesko's price tag, but it seems like every single time I go and check his price tag, it seems to be going up. The price tag for Benjamin Sesko seems to be going up every single time. And today, once again, reports coming out that his price tag might have gone up again. RB Leipzig are increasing their asking price for Benjamin Sesko after his strong end to the season, and initially wanted 45 million last summer, then wanted closer to 65 million reported in January. And now they want a whopping 80 to 100 million euros. And some people saying, however, 70 million plus add-ons is seen as more realistic. No concrete offer has been made yet. We have to wait and see. They've said so many things, but the main thing that scares me is this right here, that the Benjamin Sesko transfer price has risen again. We've been hearing about all sorts of different prices, but I'm hearing all sorts of different prices even now. So we don't know what's going to happen. We have to wait and see what his actual price tag is going to be, because it just keeps changing. To me, I just don't know if we can trust RB Leipzig are going to keep their word with Benjamin Sesko and make it around 70 million. It does seem like they're going to want 80 to 100 million euros. And I don't know if Arsenal is going to budge on that. With that being said, it does make sense that the more affordable deal, the more realistic deal could just be none other than the man himself, Viktor Gyokeres. So I'm just gonna have to wait and see what they do and how Arsenal approach this. But I wouldn't be surprised if we went away from Benjamin Sesko, because his deal just costs a little bit too much more compared to the likes of Viktor Gyokeres, who we're going to talk about him right now. Viktor Gyokeres could become the preferred move for Arsenal because of the whole financial situation. Just think about it. Just think about it for a second. If they are asking for more money for Benjamin Sesko, which is now even some places are reporting that Benjamin Sesko could be going for upwards of 99 million pounds. That's crazy. No chance. Berta has a dilemma on his hands. But what will he do? Will Arsenal discover a new Gyokeres transfer preference as a threat emerges that Manchester United could take him away? So, or even Liverpool. So could it be a situation where Berta basically shifts away from Sesko to get the Gyokeres deal done? Now, don't get me wrong, Gyokeres is older, Gyokeres scores more goals, Gyokeres is more proven now, but Arsenal need to act fast, because in the case that Sesko's move is priced out, you don't want to also lose Gyokeres to a Liverpool or a Manchester United at this moment in time. Even Chelsea might sniff about if they sell Jackson. So we need to be on top of things, and we need to make sure that we are there. And in the case that we need to pivot, we should pivot to Gyokeres immediately. Now, there has been rumors about other strikers also, but Ollie Watkins we know about. This next one that was spoken about yesterday on the podcast between between Charles Watts and Samuel McBell is very, very, very interesting. They spoke about none other than Julian Alvarez. Yes, Julian Alvarez links have resurfaced for Arsenal. The former Man City treble winner is open to a move, and his role if his role doesn't improve over there at Atletico Madrid, or things don't change at Atletico Madrid. They're saying that Arsenal have been long admirers of him. Are City were always reluctant to sell to a rival, but now that he's at Atletico Madrid, he could definitely move to Arsenal, and this would be likely a deal that would cost 100 million plus, and it would be tough to negotiate. But Andre Berta, previously working with Atletico Madrid, maybe he could benefit us in this negotiations. But I do think this deal would be extremely unlikely. This was what was reported from Samuel McBell. Another name that we're hearing was Julian Alvarez. From what I understand, Arsenal look at the deal and try to figure out whether it would be within their capabilities. I suspect no. I suspect not. Sesko and Gyokeres, in terms of financial, are more realistic. So this was what was said on the latte firm when speaking to FK on the latte firm, explaining what was going on with Julian Alvarez. So there you have it. Julian Alvarez off the table. That's not realistic. But there is one player we still haven't spoken about that Arsenal are looking at that is realistic. That is none other than Rodrygo. Yes, Rodrygo to Arsenal has still been a conversation of discussion, even last night when he did not play for Real Madrid once again. Does this mean he might be leaving? We don't know. One thing we do know is that Eze is being linked as a cheap alternative to Rodrygo, but Rodrygo still is not featuring as a big part of the Club World Cup. Could that mean that Rodrygo could leave? 6 hours ago, what was reported was that Arsenal are keen on signing Real Madrid's Rodrygo, but a move is unlikely unless the winger formally requests a transfer. His contract is until 2028, 17 goals last season. Real Madrid hold all the cards. So with that being said, he would have to ask for a move. And how likely is it that he asks for a move? I don't know. So this is where now I go to the Arsenal fans and I ask you guys a question. Would you rather sign Rodrygo or would you rather sign Eze? Simply put, I think the simple answer is Rodrygo is the better player. Eze is Premier League proven, and I think he's a really good alternative. But I would rather go and get Rodrygo. Clutch player, Champions League experience, shown it on a big stage. Eze, Premier League experience, been clutch for Palace also, but hasn't really shown it on the big stage yet too often. So I'm not ready to crown him as the main man. But if we did pivot away from Rodrygo and go for Eze, I think it's a really, really good alternative, and I'll be really happy with either or, but I think I would be a little bit more excited if we did pull off the deal for Rodrygo. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gentlemen. My question to you guys is, would you rather sign Rodrygo or would you rather sign Eze? Let me know what you guys think about all the other transfer news, and we're out of here, people. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Catch me later tonight, as Vibes from the 6 will be on tonight at 8 o'clock. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Catch you guys in the next video. Love for the love.